Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. It's December, y'all, and it only means one thing, folks. It's Christmas time. Now, Christmas is a time of giving, it's a time of love, it's a time of joy. And if you're watching this, and it doesn't matter who you are, you can be young, you can be old, you can be American, you can be you can be French, English, German, Dutch, Danish. You're Mexican, a Spaniard, Canadian, I don't care. If you're watching this, I love you. And that, that's the one thing we need now more than ever. I mean, and we shouldn't have to wait for a certain holiday for that to happen. We should show love to each other every day. But it's something about Christmas that makes that even more worthwhile. I mean, sometimes the meanest people in the world can be some of the most loving people in the world, and that's why this is one of my favorite holidays. Now, this is a Christmas themed Comic Hero tee. Inside the speech bubble, you have the candy cane pattern. Then right here, you have this. You have these words in the shape of a Christmas tree that say joy, love, peace, believe, Christmas. And then here on the right sleeve, you have the words Merry Christmas. Now, if you want one of your own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com for $20. Now, I understand that not everyone says Merry Christmas. There's some people that say Happy Holidays, and there's some people that say Season's Greetings. So what I'm doing with this shirt as a product on the website, I'm going to give y'all the option on what words, or which one of those words you want on the left sleeve, and I will gladly do it because. You know what? The one thing that makes this world so great is difference. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being different. Just imagine what life would be like if we were all the same. It would be pretty boring, to be honest. And this is the first of 4 Christmas episodes I'm doing the show, and on every episode I'm going to wear a different color shirt. So on this episode I'm wearing red. On the next episode, episode 425, I'm going to wear gray. On episode 426, I'm going to wear green. And on 427, I'm going to end things by wearing black. And I know y'all probably thinking, why black? And my answer is, why not? But again, if you're watching this, I love y'all. And I'm not going to just set aside this episode to do it. I love y'all 24/7, 365. And I'm encouraging y'all to, take the time to love someone. Do something very nice for someone. It doesn't matter whether they live near or far. All right, it's time to go away a free t-shirt. All right, on last week's episode, I asked true or false. In order to get to the Batcave from inside Wayne Manor, Bruce Wayne has to move the hands on his grandfather clock to the exact time that his parents were murdered. Now, this is one of those questions that I didn't take the time to be specific about. Because the answer in terms of comics is true, but in terms of other forms of media, it's false. In the comics, Bruce Wayne moves the hands on his grandfather clock to 10:48, which was the time his parents were murdered. But in other forms of media, there's a switch underneath a statue on his fireplace, And that's what opens the door to the Batcave from inside Wayne Manor. So if you answer true or false, your name got entered in the drawing. And 13 people have answered, and because they've answered, their name's been entered in the drawing for a free tea. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tea for this week's episode of the show is... Kennedy Green from Haynesville, Louisiana. So congratulations, Kennedy. You earned yourself a free Comic Hero tea. All right, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is an X-Men question. John Size X-Men #1 in 1975 introduced 7 new members of the X-Men. Which member did not make their first appearance in the book? Now here's the hints. The first hint is that this character debuted in The Incredible Hulk #181 in 1974, which was the year before. The second hint, this character is known as the best at what he does. And then the third and final hint, and this is a dead giveaway. This character has been in every X-Men movie since 2000 and was played by Hugh Jackman. Yeah, you ought to know who it is now. Oh, and I'm just going to throw this one in for free. This character's codename is also the mascot for the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. All right, now James Gunter from West Monroe, Louisiana has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features one of the most powerful characters in comics going up against the World Devourer in the Marvel Universe. Representing DC, we have Dr. Manhattan. And representing Marvel, we have Galactus. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Dr. Manhattan versus Galactus. Dr. Manhattan possesses nigh-omnipotence, non-omniscience, omnipresence, reality warping, disintegration, chronokinesis, time travel, cosmic awareness, science manipulation, telekinesis, energy manipulation, atomic manipulation, density manipulation, precognition, subatomic perception and control, size manipulation, intangibility, healing factor, immortality, resurrection, super strength, flight, levitation, phasing, extrasensory perception, elemental transmutation, teleportation, super genius intelligence, invulnerability, perfect memory, dimensional travel, self-duplication, self-sustenance, and temporal and history manipulation. Galactus possesses creation of life, mastery of the power cosmic, cosmic awareness, resurrection, transmutation and absorption of matter, immortality, size alteration, teleportation, telepathy, energy projection, super strength, invulnerability, telekinesis, and force field manipulation. Who will win? Dr. Manhattan would alter his size to match up with Galactus' size. The latter reads the former's mind and immediately puts up a force field. This proves to be useless. Dr. Manhattan uses his chronokinesis to change Galactus back to his mortal state prior to possessing the power cosmic. Dr. Manhattan then ends the fight by shrinking down to his normal size, multiplies himself into 6, and delivers a vicious beatdown on Galen. Dr. Manhattan wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, James Gunter, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for next week. Now, y'all know my rules for the Throwdown Showdown. There has to be at least one comic book or manga character involved. The second rule is that they can go up against another comic book or manga character, a video game character, or a very serious-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime, Voltron, Lion-O, Quicksilver from Silverhawks, anyone like that. And make sure that your request makes sense. I mean, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to put, J. Jonah Jameson against, the Shaggy Man. Just saying. All right, now it's time for Comically Speaking. So without further ado, let's talk comics. All right, there's only one thing I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and that's some unfortunate news that I just found out yesterday. Arkansas Heroes and Villains Con has been canceled. Now, it was originally supposed to be on January 21st, and it's been canceled due to lack of interest. And it's very unfortunate. It's very sad. I was looking forward to it. I was making a lot of preparations for it because I was going to sell some shirts and some other merch, and hopefully try to expand my fan base. But it's fine. But I just want to go ahead and say this: we need to support our establishments, whether it be comic book stores, whether it be hobby stores, whether it be cons. If you live in a city or live near a city that have these, you need to support them wholeheartedly. With this pandemic, there have been a lot of them that have folded. They have been discontinued. I mean, with no chance of ever being resurrected. Now, there have been some that have been put on hold only to resume. That's great. Those are the ones that you need to support. So if there's one near you, like for me, it'd be GeekCon. And then, if anything, support them. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Captain America: Symbol of Truth, number 7. Detective Comics 2022 Annual. Justice Society of America, number 1. Superman Kal-El Return Special. Star Trek number 2. And finally, Strange number 8. Alright, that's 6, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 11,730. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. John Simon's X-Men number 1 in 1975 introduced 7 new members to the X-Men. Which one of these 7 members did not make their first appearance in the book? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this character debuted in The Incredible Hulk number 181 in 1974. The second hint, this character is also known as the best at what he does. And then the third hint is that this character's codename is also the mascot for the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And then the fourth and final hint, this character has appeared in almost every X-Men movie since 2000 and has been played by Hugh Jackman. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Kennedy Green from Haynesville, Louisiana, won a free tee on this episode. Alright, now on next week's episode, which is the second Christmas episode, I'm going to wear a gray Comic Hero tee that looks just like this one. And then then on episode 426, I'm going to wear a green one. And on 427, I'm going to end it with a bang and wear a black Christmas Comic Hero tee. Then on episode 428, it's going to be the college football playoff episode. It's the year-end episode that I do every year. And I will announce all 4 schools that are going to represent the college football playoffs on the next episode. And also I'm going to wear Comic Hero tees representing all 4 schools. Then on episode 429, it's the first episode of 2023, and I'm going to wear a Comic Hero tee in observance. Then on episode 430, I'm going to show some love to the college football national champs. All right. Really love doing the show, and really love the Christmas setup. I hope y'all do too. I have a Christmas tree. I know that y'all saw it earlier in the show. But guarding the Christmas tree are not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Christmas-themed pop vinyls. And the first one is the Wonder Woman Christmas pop vinyl, the Gingerbread Scarlet Witch, the Deadpool Christmas vinyl, and last but not least, the staple, the Christmas Hulk. The strongest tree protector there is. Alright, if there's anything that y'all, any suggestions y'all want me to do for the show, anything y'all think that would make the show better, please let me know. Your input never falls upon deaf ears with me just because it's my show. I mean, I'm always open for suggestions. And then, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. Can't wait to do next week's episode. So, as Robin Roberts on Good Morning America would say, y'all come on back. Alright, I'm Victor Nolly on A Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 425. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!